Start recording. Stop recording.
Hey everybody, I'm back. Back again, back to back, made back, stack to M. Oh, my last video was very depressing. I was definitely having a very crazy moment. I was just really having a moment at the time, and I really don't know. I was just really having a moment, but that's really how I was feeling, and I was being really vulnerable. And shout out to my brother and the people who reached out to me via social media, about my video and stuff like that. And but this video is gonna be on a happy, cheerful, but kind of shady note. Um, this is gonna be a story time. Um, I was actually watching a YouTube today, and someone was telling a story, like a similar story that I had, and I'm like, damn, that sounds like a situation that I had. So I was like, you know what? I should turn on my YouTube and tell my version of the story too. Like, let me go and do this. So let's get into it. So a couple of years ago, I can't even use I don't even know if I could tell a lot of this story because I don't want to incriminate anybody. But so I'm not gonna use no names because I would definitely incriminate somebody with this video, and I don't want to. Like, I really don't want to, and I'm gonna really switch some stuff around because it's dealing with somebody who's undercover, or on the DL, or a straight boy. Um, excuse me, you guys. I am so sorry. It's so disgusting. So, whoa, whoa. But I'm gonna tell the story. I'm gonna tell it the best I can without, giving anything away. Cause people watch this, and yeah, it's about some people that I know. So, anywho, let me get into it. Let's get into some things. So, I hung out with a group of people. I ain't gonna say whether they boys or girls, but I hung out with a group of people, and I was hanging out with them, and one of their friends, we were hanging out one night, and then they were like, hey, they were on the phone, and they were like, yeah, I'm on Okeechobee, blah blah blah. Meet me here. I'm not gonna tell you because I know somebody gonna watch this, and this person don't know about this person, so I can't really tell y'all intimate details, but I'm gonna get into it. So the person's like, yeah, meet me here. I'm with my friends. So we at the little spot, we chilling, we hanging out, we kikiing, and all the things. So the guy friend pulls up. Now I'm like, oh, who is this hood ass nigga in this motherfucker? I can't even tell the car. Oh my god, I can't even do that because, oh my god, I don't want to tell too many details, but this nigga was in a hood car. So I'm like, ooh, who is this? Like, girl, what is T? What is T, sister? What is T? So I was like, ooh, who is this? So we get out the car. She like, oh shit, I just said. They were like, well, get out the car. So I was like, okay, cool. So, cause bitch, I'm not really big on meeting guys for sure, because guys usually, especially back in the day with all my antics and stuff, guys really didn't like me. Hold on, you guys. Guys didn't really like me so much because I was really extra, as they would say, but I just thought I was just really into fashion. And it had nothing really to do with my sexuality at all. So, we meet the guy. Oh my god. He's so fat. He's so fat. Oh my god. He was so fat. He was tall. He had dreads. It was the whole 9 yards, girl. That hood nigga vibe. I'm like, oh god, he was sexy. He was sexy as fuck. Really sexy. Oh, sorry, maybe I shouldn't have said that. He was real sexy. And So I'm looking, I'm like, ooh, he is sexy. Like, ooh, who is this hood ass nigga? And all of a sudden, this Caucasian boy voice comes from this hood looking dude. Like, I'm like, ooh, that's even sexier. Because if anybody knows me, like, I like black boys who are kind of like Oreos. Like, they're kind of like, they kind of talk like this, and they're really vibey. Like, their vibe is like really vibey. And I was like, ooh, his voice is sexy. He's sexy, yes. So we all kikiing. My friend introduces him to me. We all kikiing it down, honey. And you know me, I'm like really funny. Like when I'm with my friends and stuff and I'm in my comfort zone, like I'm really funny. I like to laugh. I like to joke around and stuff like that. So I'm laughing, I'm joking around, like it's crazy. Hold on, you guys. Let me make sure this light is on. Oh no, I'm blind. Oh Lord, let me really to the Lord Jesus Christ, the Lord of Nazareth. Oh, okay. Lights on. Had to make sure y'all know I'm blind. So sometimes I come down here and don't turn on the light because I can't see the light, so it doesn't matter. I'm back. Had to make sure the light was on because as you guys know, I am blind and I cannot tell whether the light is on. But it is. Oh, my beats. My beats. My baby. My beats. Oh, I love these beats. Shout out to Beats by Dre. The wireless kind. Yeah. Yeah. In my yummy voice. Yeah. So yeah, we kikiing, we having fun, and I'm really funny. Like when I'm amongst my friends and stuff, like I'm really funny. And when I'm in my comfort zone, like I just, I'm just really funny. Sometimes I be serious and people just take it as a joke and whatever floats their boat. So I'm making my friends laugh and he laughing too. And like he, I didn't notice it at first, but he was kind of giving me that, like checking me out type of look. And back in the day, I was real like fishy cunty. Like I wore weave. I wore a weave. I usually just had like a little bowl cut, like a little Rihanna, a little kind of mohawky thing. It was always white or gray. Sometimes I did color. I did color a couple of times. I had a purple one. I had a blonde and pink little peacock. Just a little peacock thing. Not a mohawk, but kind of, sort of. I would wear long hair sometimes. I do long hair. I actually want to do long hair again. With a look that I want to do. But anywho, I'm getting sidetracked. Focus, AJ, focus. So we hung out that one time and we had said goodbye and he was like, yeah, bro. He was like, you're so funny. He was like, I'm so mad I didn't know you when we went to school. I'm like, oh. I was like, for real, like I'm thinking to myself like, damn, I'm mad that I didn't know you either, cause you fine as finnuck. And I'm like, yeah, you look real good. Though I didn't tell him that, but I was like, yeah, I'm mad that we didn't know each other in school either, cause we would have been like, we would have been, real good friends. So that was that. Now, back in the day, before there was before I knew about things like Kik and before Snapchat and stuff like that, the straight boys would find me like on Facebook. Like they wouldn't know my name. Like I don't know like what they put in, fat gay boy with gray hair. Like I don't know what the criteria was when they went to go search for me. And it was like really crazy because I would like meet a person like once and then they would be in my inbox like that day and they wouldn't even know. Like I would always introduce myself as Denim or AJ. Like those were my my name. My friends call me Denim, some call me AJ, some call me Denim. And I would introduce him to that, but my name on Facebook isn't any of those things. So I didn't understand like how you guys would like find me, but you did. Like Voldemort said, they just find me. They whisper things to me. They find me and they whisper things to me. And these boys would find me on Facebook and they would whisper things, nasty, disgusting things into my ear. And I would be like, ooh, boys, ooh, I like. That's when I was really into trade boys. Like really, really into trade boys because I thought I was sickening. Because I thought I was fishy enough for these boys, you know, and they like fish. So I may have not been fresh out the water fish, but I was definitely made in the lab fish. So they would find me, and this boy found me on Facebook. It wasn't that same night. I think it was like a week or so later. He found me on Facebook, and he began to write me, and then he was like, "Oh, bro, let me get your number. I don't really be on here like this." So that was like the gateway to like getting my number. That's how they used to do. Like, oh, I don't really even be on here like this, bro. I don't even really do this, bro. But let me get your number, bro. So I would give them my number, and like I gave him my number. So we began to text and talk and all the things, honey. And we ended up texting one day, and he was like, "Oh, let's hang out." So I'm like, cool, let's hang out. And back then, I was kind of blind to a lot of things, especially when it came to boys and stuff like that. Like, I really didn't always think it was gonna be something sexual, but you know, you gotta be prepared. So the first time we chilled, nothing happened. I went to his house. We chilled at his house. He was playing video games. We talked, and you know, all of the things, which was real cool. Like, he was a real cool dude. Like he was really, really cool throughout the whole situation. He was never like rude to me or anything like that, or maybe feel any type of way. Probably towards the end a little bit, but that's neither here nor there, and I'll tell y'all that when we cross that bridge. So, darling, so, you know, we still continue to talk and all the things, and, you know, we began to hang out, and, you know, all of those things, and, so about the 10th time that we, linked up, things started to, well, let me go back. So we were texting and stuff like that, and you know, he started texting things like bae, and you know, little cute things like that, like we'll say like bae and stuff like that, and he was like, "Oh, my bad, bro, it was a mistypo, but I'm pretty sure you don't take any offense to it." And I'm like, "No, darling, no, darling, no. I don't take any offense to anything that you say to me because you're so delicious looking. Oh my God." So, we would start texting and stuff like that, and he started texting me like early in the morning and stuff like that, and good morning, and you know, all those things of the things. Darling, I don't know why my voice keeps changing. I just like talking in the English accent all the time anyway, so I haven't practiced it in a very long time, so it may be a little rusty, but for the most part, I'm very convincing. I have a very convincing English accent. Focus, AJ, focus. Oh my God. So, yeah, we would text back and forth and things of that nature. And then we started to hang out a little more. And then I started to learn things about him. Like, you know, he had a kid and things of all that. And, well, kids. And I was like, but damn, you're really young to have kids. Like, plural. So I'm like, okay, that's cool or whatever. So I was like, you know, asking questions about his baby mother and, you know, things of that nature, and telling me all the things about all his baby mothers and, you know, of that thing. So we started to hang out. And the hanging out started to get a little, you know, we started to get a little bit more cozy. The next time we had hung out a couple times before, but it was very platonic. Like it was very casual. Like it wasn't anything like sexual. It wasn't touchy feely or anything like that. Except for he started to hug me instead of giving me like the bro handshake. He started to like hug me and give me a hug and get and like hug me like for a while, like the little hug. And he was taller than me, so he would like put his head on my head and it was like, this is kind of cruel or whatever. Now I'm gonna get wretched. It had got real cruel or whatever. So you guys are gonna think I am schizophrenic. Oh my god, really gotta focus, AJ, focus. Let me skip to the time when we started. I'm gonna skip all that dumb shit and get to the juicy. So we started to hang out a lot more. So we started to hang out a little bit more, and I just noticed like instead of me sitting on the edge of his bed now, he invited me to the top of his bed with him and to play the game. And, I would lean my head on his shoulder while he played the game. And he would look over at me and, lick his lips and stuff like that. So this one particular night when it all started, one night he invited me over to his house. And in this house, he had like his own little separate entrance, which was like really, really dope because we didn't have to disturb nobody else in the house. Nobody knew I was there. Like, it was, the whole little secretive sneaking around thing. It was, like, real dope. So, I went over to his house, and we were playing video games. And I noticed he came to the door. He didn't come to the door this time. I had knocked on the door, and he texted me, and he was like, come in. And I was like, okay, the door is open. He was like, okay, lock the door behind you. But what I didn't notice at first is that he was under the covers and he didn't have on a shirt. But I had seen him shirtless before. It was like he had a little body or whatever. Like, it wasn't all that or nothing, but he had a little body on him. But he's sexy, so it's like, oh God, why would you have your shirt off? And I was like feeling I think I had went out with my friends and had probably like a cocktail or two. I don't drink, but I'll have like a little, little sweet drunk or something like that. So, I went over and he was under the cover and he didn't have on a shirt. And, I was like, ooh, baby, I got so much love for you. And he was like, come sit in the bed. He was playing this game as usual. Like, this was like the usual thing he did. Like, I would come over, he would play his game, or he'd be watching some dumb shit on TV. And we would sit and watching and laugh and kiki, like we were like cool, like homeboys, like kind of like what homeboys do. But this night he didn't want to be my homeboy. He wanted to be my daddy. So he was under the cover and he was like, you cold? Because I think I had on like shorts or something. And I really didn't used to wear shorts, but like if I was like going to bed or something like that, I would have on like little shorts or little like those really tight underwear that kind of look like shorts, but they're really not. And I would have on a big shirt and some, socks and some sneakers. And that would be my attire, or a hat. And, well, usually I had on a hat. If I wasn't weaved up, I used to have on a hat. So he was like, you cold? And I was like, a little bit. He was like, well, you should get under the cover. And I was like, but I got my sneakers on, and I think I had on my Patrick Ewings that night, bro. I can remember what I had on and everything. I think I had on my Patrick Ewings that night because I used to love me an old evil pair of Patrick Ewings. So I took them off, and I got in the bed, but then I realized not only do he not got on a shirt, he do not got on clothes. Like, oh my God. And when I lifted up the cover, I kind of got a glimpse of the G-Wagon. So I'm like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God. I immediately started to sweat. And I was like, oh my God. So we're talking. And as we're talking, we had started talking about sexual stuff. And I had noticed the cover where his G-Wagon was, it was kind of like moving up and down. I'm like, oh my God. Like, my nigga, I know this is finna happen. I know for without a shadow of a doubt, this is finna go down right fucking now. So we talking. We kikiing and we talking about sex and this and that. He was like, you know, like I never messed with a guy before, but I'm kind of interested. He was like, what about you? I was like, well, you know, I'm gay, so I've messed with guys before. Like, it's nothing new. And he was like, well, you want to mess around? And I had never been asked like that. Like, most of the time, like, straight boys was like, look, I ain't never fucked with no nigga before, but, bro, you want to suck this G-Wagon or, like, what's up? Like, this how I'm used to niggas talking to me. Not, oh, do you want to mess around? So, immediately, I thought, like, oh, my God, it's the G-Wagon little. It's not actually a G-Wagon, bitch. It might be like a Honda Civic. And it's going to be lame. So, I was like, sure, what do you want to do? He was like, well, you want to give me some head? And I was like, I don't usually do this, but so it happened. So since I thought he was sexy, I had my first time doing that with him. I gave him the treatment, like the experience. I really wanted to impress him, so I gave him the whole experience. Okay. And it was like a lot of oohs and ahs. And when I do it, I like to look up at my nigga. I like to look at me and see his mouth open, his eyes wide as I'm going deep. And he was doing all of that, and he was winning out. And I love a nigga who responds to what I'm doing to him. Because, bitch, I want to know whether I'm doing a good job or not. And he was definitely winning out. And, girl, you know, it happened or whatever. And he was like, damn. He was like, bro, I've had a lot of head in my life, but that shit was, like, mind-blowing. Like, bro, you almost made me get loud and, like, wake up my family. Like, that shit made me want to, like, bust really loud. I was like, oh, okay. So my trick out, well, I ain't gonna tell y'all my trick because I still might need it. Girl, I don't give a fuck. My trick always was do that, blow a nigga mind, and don't text him for, like, a week. So I ended up leaving his house, and, you know, this time he hugged me, and when I would try to, like, turn away, and he, like, turned my head back, and he gave me a kiss on the lips. On the lips. So I'm just like, this new, like, this real new, like, this new. I ain't used to this or whatever. So that happened a couple more times, maybe like 2 or 3 more times. And I was cool with that. But then the night that really, when we took it to the next level, I had came over. It was a regular night. He was dressed this time. Well, he had on a robe. And he looked like he had on a shirt, but later on I figured out that was like part of the robe. Like he was really nude underneath this robe. And he came to the door with the robe on, his little socks on and stuff like that. Real cute or whatever. And I was like, oh, I like your little Hugh Hefner robe. He was like, oh, thanks, babe. And like, he calling me babe now, so we on babe and babe levels now. But we ain't in no relationship or nothing, but we baying and babing each other, you know? You know, we in a situationship. So that night was regular again. We was kikiing, doing this, doing that. I'm playing with him. I'm laying on his shoulder. So this time, I decided to crawl across him and, like, sit on his lap. Like, he's laying down. I'm sitting on his lap. And we talking. I'm looking at him. And he was like, I don't, like, get off me. Because this making me want to do something to you. And at that time, I was a little nasty, freaky, fast little hoe. So I was like, I don't want to move. I'm comfortable. What you talk about? What you want to do to me? Like, what you trying to do to me? Boy, like, what you trying to do to me? My young Miami voice, like, what you trying to do to me? And he was like, man, you sitting on me, you making my dick hard, like, you making me want to fuck you. Mind you, to all my bottoms out there, bitch, you know, if anytime you in a situation where you could potentially get fucked, you need to dush your coochie. Dush your coochie, sisters. Dush your coochie. And great for me, I had just washed and dushed my coochie because I just felt in my heart like the night was the night, and Lord, was I right. But I was like, man, it might be lame, da-da-da-da. He kind of, he wasn't like one of those, like, outgoing boys that, like, he was really lame. This is how I found out lame boys got good dick. Good G-Wagon. Oh, God. So, excuse me, Lord. Lord. Masters, forgive me, Lord, for what I'm about to tell these people on YouTube, but I'm about to tell you. So he was like, man, get off of me. If you don't get off of me, I'm gonna fuck you. And I was like, I'm not moving. Y'all, that roll came off. Only thing I remember is that roll coming off, my little shirt coming off, and a condom being unwrapped, and some lube being up. Okay, I remembered everything. And I was being penetrated really good. And I mean, pound for fucking pound. This dude was giving me rounds, pound for pound. Like, he was giving me pound for fucking pound. And it was amazing. I was just like, oh my God. I ended up having sex with him we ended up having sex for about like 2 years. And within that 2 year span, I was like, maybe I was like 22. So by that time I had like maybe 2 other sexual partners, but not that many. Cause I wasn't a ho-ho. I was just a ho-ho for my man, whoever I was with at that time. And, yeah. And, one night we were having sex, and I was in a missionary position. I was on my back, and he had my legs up, and he was doing something, and I started to feel a little something. And I was like, oh, I think you hit in my spot. I started to wiggle a little bit. He was like, nah, you gonna take this dick. Don't run. You gonna take this dick. Mind you, nigga dick big. Like, this nigga got nice, like, big. It's big. And usually I'm a trooper. Even if it hurt, I'm like, ooh, I ain't finna tap out. You can do all that shit you want to do. You will not make me tap out. So I didn't tap out, but I was kind of wiggling a little bit. He was like, hey, stop running. Like, stop running from his dick. You running from his dick. Stop running. And I'm like, I'm not running. It's something you doing that's making me, I don't know, like, my body's moving by, I'm not doing it, like, it's my body, like. So he was like, oh, okay, I know what to do. He was like, turn over. So, y'all, I was in doggy style, and he was hit from the bed, from the bike, and he did this move where he, like, came out a little bit and went in at like an angle and started giving me pound for pound. Y'all, I started to shake and my body just collapsed. And I was shaking. He is the only one in my 28 years of having sex with boys that made me orgasm, that he actually touched my G-spot and made me well, another boy did it. But that was the first at that time. Another boy did it. That's another video I'll do. But he was the first, and he kept hitting that spot. And it started, like, tears started to roll down my eyes, but I wasn't crying. I was in pure ecstasy. If I had died at that moment, I would have died a very happy camper. And he was like, get up, get up, get up. I was like, I can't. He was doing something to me and I was shaking. He was like, oh, I'm hitting that spot. And girl, when I tell you, when you will, girls, my sisters out there, my sisters, I'm talking about my LGBTQ sisters, my bottoms, specifically. When a nigga hitting your spot, you will definitely know. And you will be in ecstasy and you will not want it to stop. And, that went on for about 2 years or whatever. And we had really had like a little situationship. We had even gotten to the point where we weren't using condoms anymore. Like, he was the only person on my roster. I was the only person on his roster. I had met like his children and stuff like that. Like, we was in a really like cool situationship, but he ended up moving out of state, and he was just like, I don't know when I'm going to be back and blah, 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 and all this stuff. But he was like, I got love for you and shit like that. He was like, actually, I think a nigga might love you. But he was like, ain't no way we going to be able to continue this, and I live out of state. Which I understood, and it was really cool. And we didn't end like on any bad terms or anything like that. It was just, he just felt like, we wouldn't been able to continue our, like, relationship or anything like that, or our situationship, and he was out of state. So I was a little heartbroken because the G-Wagon was real good, and he used to make me come over and over and over again. Oh my God. There's only 2 boys that I've had sex with that has made me come like that. Made me orgasm. They were touching my G-spot. Like, they were touching. And for you uneducated bitches that may try to come for me in this fucking video, a boy's G-spot, a man's G-spot is in his asshole. So fuck you. But yeah, that's my story time. And you guys, thank you so much for guys who watch my videos and stuff like that. And I'm going to try to do more videos and stuff like that. But it's kind of hard because, I be at dialysis and all that good stuff. And a lot be going on. And, I just be going through it sometimes. But I'm definitely going to start trying to do more videos. I know I keep telling you guys that. But I really am trying. I'm really, 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 really trying. And I'm going to start doing more stuff about, dialysis. And I'm going to start giving you guys a lot of, insight on that. But for now, I'm burping again. My God. I'm tired of that. Ew. Excuse me. But for now, adios, you guys. Always love yourself. Be cool. Be unique. Be yourself. And see you guys later. Bye.
Stop recording.